Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the offensive side of the ball, looking at the New England Patriots playbook here today. And we have a good one here, man. We have a lot of easy passes, a lot of things that are going to tell you, hey, throw the ball right here. And we're going to have a pretty nice shot play at the end of it, so stay tuned for that. But we're just going to come out in the halfback zone week. Of course, we're just going to match with, nickel over G here on D. And let's just get right into it. So let's start with the run game. I only have three pass plays to break down, and then plus this halfback zone week. There wasn't a lot else, I guess, to say about in the run game. There is a stretch play, didn't love it. There is a halfback power O, I think it is, didn't love it as well. So we're going to go with the halfback zone week. And zone runs in general, I guess, are always just very, very good for the ball carrier. And that meaning it's kind of a choose your own adventure run. You can either bounce it inside, like here, the hole opened up to the inside. We're going to take that, cut it right up right up the middle of the field there. Here on this next one, perfect example. Max Crosby almost killed us coming from behind. You can see that there, if there was a hole opening there to the outside, we were still able to get out there and bounce it outside. There, even to cut it back all the way across the field, you can see it kind of, not I want to say endless possibilities, but it is a very versatile run. If you're only going to have one run to kind of go to in the playbook or the scheme, this is a pretty good one to have. So would recommend this halfback zone week out of the single back trips here. Oh man, if our receiver could have got just a little bit more of that linebacker that tackled us, probably could have sprung a big one. But overall, even though it's a very simple run game, it's a very nice run game. So let's get right into the pass plays. First, we're going to start off with slants. Very simple. And all I'm going to do is take the Y icon receiver there, Douglas. I'm going to put him on a post route. So you can see what we're trying to work, trying to flow everything from the left side of the field, going towards the right side of the field, and dropping back with Drake May. We will take that second post. I thought I could have put it on the back shoulder right there to Diggs, but that's okay. A lot of times, honestly, too, that first post just opens up right there. I don't know why. It's just sort of in a rough spot for the zones to cover if your opponent is playing zone coverage. And then you kind of like the slant against man coverage, against quick man coverage, like right here. Kind of plays like man, but it wasn't. But you can just see it really gets into tender areas there against zone. I really like that first one. And, of course, we are trying to push the agenda, of course, trying to throw this post route down the field. Very beautiful right there as well. And, of course, this is going to be, you saw the zone beating kind of underneath right there. And, of course, we do have the just the tight end right there in the flat. And, of course, they do kind of, made a bit of zone look right there. But we do the tight end in the flat as well. And even though the routes are flowing from all left to right, still some really nice man beating potential as well. Was trying to hold on for that post to develop, had that first B icon receiver, that first receiver through, had him wide open. But overall, just really, really nice way to start the scheme there. You see the post coming wide open against man. We're going to take that. We love to see that right there, getting wide open and making the decision for us as the quarterback very easy. That's what we like to see here. We'll take that second slant, and you just kind of read it there. That's kind of where my eyes go. Very, very first thing, snap the ball, boom, I'm reading that out of the trips. But overall, slants, really nice pass play for kind of get you into the groove there. A little bit of everything for that one. Quick break here. Just want to remind you guys that if you are enjoying the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I think something like 75% of you guys that watch the videos regularly are not subscribed to the channel, so go on ahead and just make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you are enjoying. Then you'll be able to see whenever the newest stuff comes out. And I don't want to take away from the video for too long, so let's just get right back into it. Next one we got here is wide receiver option. And this is another one I just really like, man. The receiver declares himself. Either you throw it there or you're going to continue the progression. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Stephon Diggs on a post route, and then I want to increase his stem, so I'm going to go and hot route him, custom stem, and I'm going to bump up on that one time just to give us a little bit more space down the field. You can see, boom, the way I'm reading this is I am looking right at Douglas, his route, and if he is going to break that off against man coverage, I'm going to throw that probably 99% of the time, it feels like. So we'll set this up again. Diggs, custom stem, and again, I'm keeping my eyes on Douglas. Boom, he breaks that off. I'm throwing it to him. And this is just an easy route that just feels money a lot of the times. And even against zone, but it's just sitting there against zone as well. Here, the kind of tight end gets underneath. There we have all day. And you can see, even if you have all day, you're still able to go on ahead and get a big completion right there. Kind of that little shake route, I guess, working across the middle of the field. But we are trying to hit the big post to Diggs and then kind of preoccupy that safety right there. Not the first guy standing over Booty, but the second guy over Booty, the safety. Trying to preoccupy him with that shake route and then throwing that post over the top right there. Didn't quite work out. That's especially if your opponent's going to be like playing down, playing underneath rather. But regardless, kind of give him a little bit more again, I'm looking at that, playing zone coverage underneath. Just take the check down to the running back right there as well. But sometimes you have to do that. Of course, I get to set the bomb every single time down the field. But again, let's set it up one more time here. See if we can't hit this big post. And there, everybody did vacate the field. Stephon Diggs was going to come open, but of course, they're going to send more than we are blocking. Should have probably just kept the running back in there just in case. See if we can't hit Diggs on. Well, there. I mean, if they're going to leave the running back wide open, we'll take that as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, getting a little jiggy out there. I see you. And while these guys are running across the formation here, it is a good idea to remind you now that you do want to be able to run these schemes both ways. Just because we're running slants with the trips to the left side of the field doesn't mean you have to do that every single time. You want to be able to run it with the trips to the left and to the right side of the field. Just makes you that all the more dangerous whenever you have the ball. So again, setting this up one more time. Try to hit this big old post to Stephon Diggs. Kind of threw a blind right there. Just we were throwing that thing no matter what. But you can see that man coverage look with no safety over the top. That is going to be a big hitter for you right there. And as well with the easy, if I can keep it in the right formation, the easy declaring route underneath. Really like that. So if Douglas declares himself open, he's going to break off to the right side of the field there. Okay, well here it didn't quite work out. But just terrible right there. Terrible reads all around. So if you're a little bit better on the sticks, a little bit more consistent with your reads than I was right there, you're going to be able to hit the big play some of the times, and then you're going to be able to hit these underneath routes a ton of the times. And we didn't even talk, I'll set it up one more time here. We didn't even talk about the tight end just sitting right over the ball as well. Maybe you're noticing the user vacating that area a ton, trying to cover the post or kind of trying to cover that shake route right there out of the slot. You can take advantage of that as well. So the user vacating or him vacating zones, whatever the case may be, you do have that sit route over the ball as well. Last one we have here is our big hitter, PA Boot, and I just like to leave this one stock at the most. I do like to sometimes block my tight end over there, try to give myself just a little bit more time in the slot, and I mean, if you've seen the stick work right there, maybe it would have been a little bit tougher with a user player defending right there, but that was some nice stick work, kind of shaking them and getting loose. Here, we'll hit Stephon Diggs over the top. Oh man, we're just kind of shaking these guys. But that does open up sometimes here. We get a little bit better deep route running, a little bit more speed, especially in these mutt games and whatnot. There we see the blitzer coming across. We threw the ball where he did eventually blitz from right there. But man, Max is just going to be a tank right here. Try to pass lead that down. Was trying to pass lead that down a little bit and come back to the ball. Of course, that didn't work out. But PA Boot, this is going to be, again, your big hitter. You're trying to set up the Douglas route on that post here. See if we can't hit it. And actually, I'm surprised. A lot of the times what is supposed to happen is, so we're focusing in on this outside corner I have highlighted here. He's going to be our deep third defender, and you're going to see a lot of the time what's going to happen is he's going to come down and just play this crosser right here. But he does a good job getting depth, and we can't quite get it over his head. But that is what we're looking for. That's the entire guy we're trying to put at the root of the problem in this play, is just sending a guy over top of his head. See if we can't do it there. There, Booty. A little bit better throw right there from your quarterback, and might add a completion. A little bit late with the ball. Here we're going to try to set him up over the top. Drake May taking a shot. But he actually does make a nice diving catch there for us. But that is going to be our big hitter, big chunk play, shot play, whatever you want to call it there. You see, well, you know, I thought I threw it in time right there, and I didn't throw it in time anyway. But PA Boot, I guess strictly only throw the post route. There, we finally wait and get Booty open, and he drops it. So, can't win either way. But I do like this scheme out of this New England offense. Trying to click on and come back to the ball right there. I do like this trip scheme, though. Very nice. Has a little bit of everything. A little bit of underneath stuff with that wide receiver option play. Slants, obviously. Has that booty slant coming across the field first there. And, of course, you could always just block up your running back if you feel like you get a little bit better blocking, which sometimes I do. Gives us a little bit of room there to work to the left side of the pocket. Thought we could have had that one down the field. But I guess that is another option out of this as well. If you really, really hate the play action, we'll take that. See if we can hit that post. Not sure why he didn't really just put it right on him right there on the break, but either way, PA Boot, we did hit a couple big ones out of it, at least there. At least we didn't do absolutely nothing with it. See if we can't hit. Oh, see, and then there you actually saw it. He did come down and play that big crosser right there. We did roll out of the pocket just a little bit. just enough to go on ahead and make him play that crosser. And you can just see, fit it in there. Try to possession catch, and actually we get intercepted on that anyway. But either way, I do like the single back trips. I'm going to hit one more. I'm going to hit one more big play right here. Well, damn it, we'll take it. We'll take the crosser. Either way, a lot of options on this. Big plays, stuff underneath. And I really like the option route of this, man. Very, very powerful. I feel like it's kind of one of the better routes that doesn't get used a lot. And it's just very simple. If he's going to break out against man, very simple. Just throw the ball. He's going to get open a lot of the times. And he sits against zone, which can be very, very nice, especially in this play, kind of spacing out the zones in the defense. But that is pretty much all I have for this one, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know what it is you want to see next, scheme-wise, playbook-wise. If you have a video idea, whatever it may be, drop it in the comments, and you know I'm going to see it there. And yeah, I pretty much think that is all I need to talk about here at the end of the video in this one. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end and just watching in general. And I think that's pretty much it for me. Later.